Hey to everybody out there, and welcome to my channel where I talk about living in Japan on the JET program. So this is one of the videos of my JET program subset about JET program finance. I think it's really important to focus on your finances in JET for a lot of reasons. We don't have a lot of typical retirement options that many people do. And it's kind of easy to lose track of where you spend your money and also how to make money work for you. So in this video, we're going to talk about budgeting and expenses. So I kept track of everything that I spent money on for a month, and I'm pretty interested in how it went. So I didn't total anything. I just broke everything I bought into categories like food, rent, things like that, and just wrote it down in an Excel sheet. And I'm gonna see for the first time how much money I spent in 1 month on food. I also kept track of rent and monthly occurrences like electricity. So, yeah, let's check it out. Just for context, I am a fifth-year JET. So, the salary for fifth-year JETs is 330,000 yen per month. I forgot. So, it's 330,000 yen per month, which in US dollars is about $3,000. So for the US standards, not quite so high. A lot of living here is subsidized, so it's not hard at all. Actually, it's quite comfortable in my opinion. So my salary, I'm a fifth-year JET. Unicorn power, let's go. I'm a fifth-year JET. The salary for fifth-year JETs after healthcare, welfare, and all those things are taken out. For me, in my actual bank account that was put in, was 260,906 yen, which, according to today's exchange rate with the US dollar, at a rate of 110 yen per dollar, which is terrible exchange rate. It's really bad. So that's about 2,385 US dollars per month. So in the US, that's more or less poverty level, but here it's quite comfortable for me. I don't budget at all. I don't worry about money. That's just me. So let's take a look at what I did. So I first broke down everything that I bought into about 9 categories. So we have clothes as one, food, snacks, transportation, travel, and hotel, health and checkups, omiyage, the zone section. So that's gifts that you give to people after you travel. Plants and stuff, as I wrote it, and last one, leisure activities. Just to give some context, my spending style, so I am very frugal when it comes to very expensive things, like cameras or cars or things like that. However, I'm not so good at saving money when it comes to cheap things like snacks or clothing. So more or less, I'm quite frugal. Let's see, I have not seen the totals of these again, so I'm going to total it, and we're both going to see how much I spent for the first time. I don't know how I'm going to feel about this. I think food already is going to be quite expensive, because I think in this month, so July 13th to August 14th, 2021, a lot of people were leaving, so I did treat some people to dinner a couple times, which was, great. Gotta see some people off. So, I don't want to look at this, man. This is like, ooh, exposing myself and my, spending habits. Alright, so let's first take a look at the monthly recurring costs. Okay, so we have rent, which is 10,000 yen, or in US dollars about $90. Yes, my rent is actually $90. Unbelievable. It's amazing. My water bill is 3,200 yen. That's about $30 in American. Electricity last month was 30. However, I've used a lot of aircon, so I estimate it at about 65,000 yen. Gas for my house, 1350. Phone is free because Rakuten Mobile has some promo thing. Internet, 41,000. Taiko class is 63,000 per month. And PlayStation Now. Gotta get that God of War going on. I'm late to the train. At least I'm on the train. So, in total, I don't know how much this is, but let's check it out. So So monthly total, we want to do some. So my monthly recurring, oh, that's not bad. Actually, that's really good. And that's including extracurricular fun things. So my monthly total is about Sanman, whatever, 32,452 yen, which is about 300 US dollars, or Sanman ni 1,452 yen. There we go. So yeah, that's surprisingly low, actually. So that's like, what, 10% of my paycheck? So that leaves me with quite a lot of money to just do whatever I want with. That's
money, oh money! Oh, I love thee!
It's stupidly low cost of living. I think in Seattle, where I'm from, the rent is easily like 2,000 US dollars, which is what, 10 times that? It's crazy. Alright, so this is probably why I spend so much money on other things that aren't necessary, right? So food looks like it's gonna ruin my self-esteem for my money there, so let's do food last. So last one, let's just total these. Leisure activities, only 4. This one was going to a mummy museum. This one I think was just going to some sort of temples. This was going to temples in Kyoto with my boyfriend, so not looking too bad. So on this day I have minus 65,000 yen. That is because I was near the ocean with my friend and I put my backpack maybe halfway down the beach. We swam and the tide came up and destroyed my Canon DSLR camera. So I'm counting that as a negative income because I need to buy that camera again. So I have minus $600 here. So that's gonna really hurt. So let's total these up. We have column J, so J2 to J whatever. This comes out to about $740, or if you do that without the camera, I'm not sure if some people count that as like a cost. If we don't count the camera, that's just gonna be some. So without the camera, it's $90. Okay, so that's like what I spent just on fun things. Plants and stuff, the next column, that's just 1,100. I bought some flowers and fertilizer. I like plants. Alright, next one, omiyages. This is gifts for people after I traveled. I got some cookies and like some sauce for some friends, so I spent quite a bit on that actually. So 60.82, that's actually quite a lot of money. Health checkups, so that's 34.80 plus 430, which is, I'm not trying to do math right now because my brain can't even do that. So that's health and checkups, that's about $4 or $40. Not bad. I only went once. Travel hotel, usually for me, this is a lot because I do love traveling. So my friend and I went to a very, very remote place in Shikoku. That's a southern island in Japan. We went to Kochi, which for me is my favorite prefecture in Japan. It's absolutely gorgeous. There's beautiful untouched rivers and nature just all around you. It's absolutely stunning. So we went on a trip in the pink highlighted region here. So let's check out how much traveling costs, and the hotel was, so that's F4, what that was, I don't remember, but the traveling per month was renting a car, and just cost of the hotel itself is 3,760. So that's about 340 US dollars for like a 5-day trip. Transportation. So it's going to be quite high again because this pink part, again, is where my friend and I went to Kochi. So let's sum transportation up. That's going to be a huge one. Ooh. All right, so that is also pretty high. So we have 36,192, which is about 330 US dollars. Considering we went on vacation, that's not bad. I think that's still pretty high, but yeah, that's not too bad actually. It's about 400. Snacks and stuff, I'm sure I spent a little more money than just this. So that's 2,300. I'm gonna estimate that a little higher because I think I forgot a few. So that's about, I would say, 3,300. Because it's really easy to forget. And last one, the food here. Alright, this one's gonna, I really don't want to sum this up because I'm just gonna be angry at myself, but whew. Alright, let's let's see. This one's gonna be gross. So again, I took my student for tacos at one point. I took a couple other people out. I went for like oyster bar somewhere. So really, I don't watch what I spend on food at all. I do really, really love food and love eating. So let's see how much money I spent on food. Oh, oh my god. I spent like $1,000 on food. Oh.
It makes me want a hot dog real bad.
Oh no. Oh, I don't know if I'm crying or laughing. I think it's both. Oh, is the cell right? Is that right? C1 to C35? Yep. Woo! And the sad part is I probably forgot a few in there. So yeah, I spent about $1,000 on food. So that's exactly, that's 85,387 yen, or in US dollars, that's about $780 on food, which is not so bad. Food in Japan is, I would say, about 30% cheaper than in the US. And I did splurge a lot. Like, my friend and I ate river eel in Kochi, and like, so considering that I pretty much am a giant baby and like don't monitor my spending on food, that's not so bad, I think. Alright, okay. Not terrible. I just spent half my paycheck on food. Alright, and last one, clothing. So I do love shopping. So that one's not bad. I got a shirt for my boyfriend and a dress for my best friend. And like a really beautiful under kimono shirt. For 3,000. So that's not bad. So I want to see the total I spend per month. So the monthly total is $324.52. I'm just gonna bring that down here. Total of this whole thing to see what I actually did with my life. Okay, so let's do it without the camera, because the camera technically isn't an essential. So let's do some... Wow, alright, so when I total it, it's 218,083, which is close to how much we get paid here. So again, let me check. So my monthly salary is 260,906, and I am spending in this month with 2 vacations, a little mini one and then the one I went on in Kochi. So with pretty much no hindrance to my spending and going on trips essentially without hindrance and eating without hindrance, I still am positive $428, or rather 42,823 yen per month. So if I actually budgeted and didn't spend 85,000 yen on food every month, I would probably be making a good amount of money. But apparently I can't manage myself when it comes to food. But I do think doing things like this is really important, because this is the first time I've ever gone through my spending, and now I realize I spend a god-awful amount of money on food, and travel isn't as bad as I actually thought. So yeah, that's not bad. I'm spending about 75% to 80% of my salary and living very comfortably without budgeting. So I'm sure if you budget, you could save quite a bit of money. With that in mind, let's talk about a few budgeting tips, because apparently I need to really start that, because wow, $1,000 on food. I'm not even eating caviar, so I need to calm down on that. So we saw the highest cost for me was food and transportation. Food by far was the highest cost. So if you just cook at home, actually watch what you're eating, you know, try to cut down on some of the more expensive foods. Vegetables and fruit, unfortunately, are very expensive here, so I'm sure if you go to Costco and buy in bulk, you could save quite a bit of money on that. Just general budgeting advice I've also heard too is try to pay off debt as soon as possible. If I were to be in debt, I would be paying an additional amount of money for interest fees and stuff on top of this, and I would probably be in the negative. So debt is a leech to your income, so you want to get rid of that as fast as possible, because you don't want to pay those interests, right? You're essentially, if you're paying interest, you're paying people just to let you have debt, which is going nowhere. So pay off debt as fast as you can. If you can manage that, then I would say get some money and either try to invest it into stocks or put it into CDs, which are certificates of deposit. At least in the US, that's what they're called. I'm sure in other countries there's similar things, possibly not the same name. So do that just so the money isn't touchable. So then, you know, it's not so easy to dip in and then buy that extra phone or whatnot. You want to have a little emergency fund to be able to have just in case you're crazy like me and decide that spending $1,000 on river eel to eat is a good idea. All right. And lastly, budgeting tip, I would say do this for your own expenses. So just take your receipts. It's pretty easy. Take your receipts and keep them. You can use the Google Sheets app and just enter the receipt number or the price into a little Excel sheet. You could actually make a little like desktop icon on your phone to be able to just pick the app and open it immediately, so it's quite quick. So do that just whenever you spend money and look at this, and it'll give you a really good idea of where your non-essential money is going to, because that's really the key, is whatever money you have left over from the essentials, that's what you really have control over. And if you can master that, you can take that, put it into stocks, put it into investments, put it into 401k, retirement, and actually grow that for you instead of just using it and kind of piddling it away on things that don't really help you grow your financial future. So, yeah, very important. I'm actually quite shocked at my outcome. I didn't know I was spending 80% of my salary on things that aren't essential. I'm only spending 10% on what I actually need to spend on, and 80% just on things that aren't getting me anywhere. One of my good friends said that time is money, but time is also your life force. So when you're spending money, you're in essence spending your life force as well. So it's very powerful to be able to kind of look at where you're spending your money, because that can give you more grasp and more control over your time. So take control of your money. Not tomorrow, not in a week, today and right now. Okay? So what do you think? What are your first steps that you're gonna do to take control of your financial future? Have you already done some steps? Let me know in the comments. And until next time, we'll see you around.